Hey everybody. Well, it took 3 attempts with the post office, but we finally got our ducks in the mail. We placed an order from Hoover's Hatchery and for 15 runner ducks. They all arrived DOA. Just 5 days in the post office is just too much for anybody. So we reordered, and out of the second batch, we had 3 survivors. The other 12 did not make it. And at that point, we just did a refund, and we ordered a dozen runner ducks from Murray McMurray Hatchery. Those just arrived. They're sitting here in the front seat with me, and we're headed back to the homestead to get these guys put in a box, and get some warm on them, and some water and some feed. And we'll get a first look at them here in just a few minutes. Yeah, just opened it up. Well, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All of them arrived just fine. Look at that. There we go. So these are white and fawn, or fawn and white Indian runner ducks. And they are all looking healthy and lively. Get them some water here in just a second. Now, just below here is our other 3 runner ducks. They're about a week old, and look how big they are already. They're all kind of huddled up, sleeping and tired or whatever. And then right next door to it, we've got mixed backs of chickens. These are baby chicks. They just come out of the incubator the last day or 2. And then we have another batch over here that come out of the incubator. Half a dozen of these are going to go to Patricia over at Cole Family Farms. She'll be by tomorrow to pick out her 6. Our little setup here is, we got the 3 bins down here on the bottom, and then a bin up on top. I borrowed the water from the big ducks for a moment. It does not take them long to figure out what the water's for. So the plan for these runner ducks is we're going to use these guys as some bug control inside the orchard. We'll get that all fenced in, and they'll be able to free range in the orchard. We've been watching videos where they're very useful for eating bugs out of the rice paddies, and they do seem to do really well with vineyards. And since we're going to have some several grapevines in the orchard area, I thought this might be a good idea to put them in there with the fruit trees and stuff. So as we get that put together this year, we'll be adding these ducks in there so they can get in there and try to work on the bug control. These baby chicks are the first batch that we've hatched out of our new incubator. Our previous incubator just seemed to cook more babies than hatched. It hardly ever had a very good hatch rate. If we got 30%, we had a really good rate. Most of the time they would just not make it. So we bought a new incubator. This one's on Amazon. It was called a 120 eggs incubator. It has 2 layers on it, and it comes with the foam packing in the box, which is also doubles up as insulation for the incubator. The insulation's not necessary. It's you can lift it off, but it seems to help maintain the temperature control real well. You've got the top section of it, and inside you got some eggs in there that haven't hatched yet, and then you got a lower section, and there's another one hatching out of there. So this one says it'll hold 120. We was able to put 100 in it. If you got very large eggs, I don't think you could get 120 in there if you wanted to. Maybe if you had small eggs or silky eggs or something. What's kind of neat about it, first thing is it's got a 12-volt battery backup, so if you have a power outage, which we occasionally have here, it'd be really nice to be able to hook that up to a battery, keep it running. It has turning times, so when you have the egg turners active, it'll show you how long till the next turn. It'll count down from an hour and a half, 90 minutes, and it turns the eggs for a minute and a half, and then it's got the temperature. It shows you when you start it up, you've got how many days it's been incubating, and then you've got a chicken mode, and the light on top shows when it's heating, comes off when it's not heating. Then you have a duck mode, you have a goose mode, and a pigeon mode. I'm guessing the pigeon mode might be kind of like a quail. I'm not familiar with that. And then you have a constant temperature mode. Your heat controls up here. Then you have the humidity when the humidifiers are running low. I'm not sure what that one's at. And then you can run it in a constant temperature mode. You've got buttons over here on the right to set your temperature or change your mode. And it's got a button here on the bottom. You can turn that on, and that turns the light on the top so you can candle your eggs. I found with the dark colored eggs, the brown eggs and stuff, yeah, it's kind of hard to candle and see much of anything going on there. Anyway, I'm real happy with this. We got this off of Amazon. I'll leave a link below. And if you wanted to give that a try, you don't have to use both sets of trays. You can just use one set of trays. If you can see in there, it's got a little screw drive. That's what drives the egg turners, and that would be these over here. You just set those up so the gears fit on the screw drive, and they turn every so often, which rotates the eggs. There's some wires. I'll lift that up, you can see it. There's some wires there on the side that go down to the bottom to run the motors. There's a motor here, and then there's a motor down below that drive the egg turners. When it gets to day 19, if you've got it in automatic mode, like I have this right now, I've got this in the chicken mode. When it gets to day 19, the egg turner goes to 0 and it quits turning the eggs. At that time, you take the rollers out and put the screens in to support the eggs. And over here on the side, on the bottom, you've got 3 little holes. Now these little holes are where you put your water in it for your humidity. And while this monitors humidity, it doesn't control it. It does come with a little bottle. You can fill that full of water, and the little tip goes in the holes on the side. It takes about 2 bottles of water a day to maintain your humidity levels, and keeping that up around 60%. It seems to work pretty well. The bottle drips. It doesn't have a very good seal when you put the top on it, but it does the job. When this came in, it came in with a setup guide. So how to assemble it and how to put it together. It had your information on how to program it, where all the parts go. It's a pretty decent little guide. And then it has this instruction manual. One of the things on it, if you go back on the back page of it, fool around here and try to get that opened up. Here we go. So on the back page, it's got your different schedules for ducks, goose eggs, chicken eggs, pigeon eggs. So if we go in there and look at the duck or the chicken eggs here, it shows you that the first 7 days the temperature should be 100.4, and the second 7 days 100.1. And then days 14 to 18, 99.9, and then after day 19, it drops to 99.5. And humidity at 60% until day 19, which is when you take the rollers out. It goes to 75%. And when the eggs get moved, and they also got a thing here about spraying water, and when you should check the eggs with the candle. I've not ever seen a table like this. It shows specific dates for temperatures on the eggs when they're hatching. The spray water is just a little bottle of water, and the instructions suggest that you spray the eggs with a light mist of water every couple of hours during the last 3 days to help soften the egg up to make it a little bit better hatch rate. Not required, it says, but it helps the hatch rate, supposedly. I hope you enjoyed this little look at the chicks and the ducks that's arrived this last couple days. Try to get some more video out when they start getting a little bit bigger. Bye, y'all.